How's it, guys? Welcome to my home studio. For those of you that are new here, my name is Kelly, and today I thought I would share another Hobonichi Weeks, and this one I have housed in this beautiful Aura Estelle cover. I got this back in 2018. I'm sure you guys have heard of her. It's very lovely. I have a video on this, so I can link that down below. And this is basically my vocabulary journal. I thoroughly enjoy this. And a companion to it is this book right here. It's called Forgotten English, and it is by Jeffrey Kacirk. So this is the book basically that I've been using for the words, because I thought it was had just unusual words, as you can see from the title. So my idea was inspired by my.stationary.love on Instagram. Much the same as the idea in my health and fitness log journal, that I do 3 health wins of the day. That's the same person I got the idea and inspiration from. So, credit where credit is due, and let's just get going. So, I just have my monogram here, and I just have a few decorative pieces and some Keto washi tape, because I love this. If I want it, if I need it, I just wanted to have it handy. And then, of course, some skinny page flags, and these are really inexpensive. I have a whole slew of them. So they just have this little white tab at the top, and they're repositionable, so I always like using those in all my books. And just some decorative elements in here. And then this just so happens to be from Catspresso Co. I had this in here before, so I just left it in there. And then I used this pen, my Micron 0.5 Pigma in pink. And what is it, a 0.5? It sure is, so it's a 0.5. Or 0.5 it says, rather. So I used this, it's 0.45 millimeters actually, but it has the 0.5 there. But it's quite tiny, as you can see. And I'll show you where I use this. And then this is just the Sarasa dry drift grip out made by Zebra. And this ink writes really deep and dark. I'll show you on here. Another plug for her. So anyway, this is this gorgeous, is this Yuki Fujisawa? I want to say, it's been a while. No, that's the With Time. That's the A6 planner cover, but it reminds me of that one. I think it might be Yuki, though. The same designer. So this is the weeks, and I have it in a cover on cover, and I have this hooked in with a loop from the planner itself, because it has 4 loops. This is hooked in 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's just easier that way as opposed to sliding it in and out of that back flap. So I have just put a few things in here to decorate, just papers per my usual. This is from another one of those washi tape cards from Planner Society, and a bow. And then I just added quotes, and I tried to gear this towards words and reading and book quotes. So this one just happens to say, "The world was hers for the reading." So I really like that. And on this planner I have 2 bows. They're pink Charms bows on the book markers. Let me hold that up a little bit more so you can see it better. So I use my book markers, so I put these little charms. I had these on hand from AliExpress. They're pink. So I just tied those on. So here we go. So on this front page I added more paper, and I actually did a little bit of stamping, and I was reloading one of my fountain pens, and this is the Artisan Pastille Tenderies, Rose Tenderies, and it smells wonderful, so I just let it drip off intentionally onto this because it smells so good. And then I made a little pocket here with some paper, and then I added my basically my reading goals, and I just did some stamping. And then this is just a library card. So this is like the back of the book. I just had some fun doing the deco, so I just stick that right in there. And this is a stamp, and I stamped it on some paper, and I just added it in. So that says Word Aspirations. That's hand lettered. And then I had a piece of leftover Jane Austen, more of that paper, so I just decided to put it here as well. Yeah, as right here. This is the back. And we might as well just start from the way back. Dare to be different. More paper. And more of the Jane Austen paper. And more stamping and just stickers. So again, this is just covering up the all the papers in Japanese that never get utilized. So this is how I decided to do it. So, and again, just their book geared towards books and words and writing. And this is just copy, regular thin copy paper that's over it. So, I love this one. That's really cute with the stack of books. Make life cozy. I'm all for that. And I made, these are all separate stickers that just say read. I found a bunch of those. So, that is that. And then these are just the blank papers. So I thought I would obviously use that as my index, but my reading stuff is in my bullet journal. I have a collections section there, and in my my everyday carry EDC Hobonichi weeks on the go. So basically I'll just put a list of some of the classic lit books that I want to read and ones that I have read. So I just thought I would, those are just a couple of ideas, so I can just jot them in. And if I don't use any of the paper, that's fine. You can always cut the pages out gently and call it good. Okay, so here we go. Again, with the Shine Sticker Studio. That's just a sticker. It says heck yeah. But I like the year at a glance being filled out like that with these stickers. They're vinyl. They're very easy to place down and move, because these are a tight fit, so they're really exact. So if you need to lift it back up and replace it down to get it covered what needs covering, then you can easily. And then for the year at a glance, I did it much the same. I used copy paper, and then I just used the Sharpie S-Gel and wrote in very thinly, and here is a Sharpie S-Gel, the dates. So this is my word archive. Ta-da! And this is a piece of paper, sticker paper. I just keep this here so the pages, they stick together. Only because I ran out of glue stick and I used a different glue, so that's why I do that. And it works out fine. So that way, I don't mind that it sticks, it's just, I don't want the paper to rip, so. So this is my word archive, and I filled this out for January and already for February. And then after the month is over, or I found a word that I like for the month, I actually go ahead and jot it in there at the top. So this, I wrote prime pick using my fountain pen, a different fountain pen, and this one has the violet Herbin ink. That's scented. And then my favorite word for this month, for January, was treadmill. So here it is. And here is the treadmill, the old way. Let the punishment fit the crime. That's so funny. So that was my favorite word. So this is on page 59. So, and this is a Midori, one of those index markers. So I just have that flagging this page. And then this is the page I'm currently on. And I have my bookmarker from Book Depository. I got a couple of books from there recently. Not that long ago, so I thought this was a cute bookmarker, so I just use it. And then to give it a little weight, I just put one of those teardrop paper clips on top. It's rose gold, so I keep that right in there. In this here. So that was my pick, and that was what page? 59. Okay. 59 through 60. So I will go ahead and write that in right here. 59 through 60. So that's my favorite word. Okay. So that's how I do that. It's pretty simple. But again, when I'm doing my kai, which means plans for my planner in Japanese, I like to use sticky notes, and then I cut them down and I put them in the sections that I'm going to be using them for. So that is what I've done there. And I have an ollie clip here separating the pages, but I'll take that off just to show you. I think this was I got this eons ago, almost a decade, at the Container Store, a whole pack of these little ones. So, anyway. And I like to flip back and forth, so I'll show you later. And then here is December, and I just put quotes. So I hand lettered this, and I put some stamping on all the months. And again, these are the same index flags for the months that I've used throughout all of my planners, and I will link them below. They're very thick, and I like them a lot, and they're very inexpensive. So, anyway. And then they have some extra ones. This one, I just flipped it around and it says TBD, to be determined. But that way I can just get to the year on 2 pages quickly. I know it's there, so that's why I have that there. But for the monthly section, what I do is just, I put small quotes down. And I was doing something else and then I changed my mind. So all I did was take copy paper and cut them out into little squares, and I covered all that up. And then I wrote in my quotes with the fountain pen with the Jacques Herbin Violet scented ink. Love that. And then here is January quotes. And these stickers are from Hobby Lobby I've had on hand. And as you can see, I did not watercolor this one because I wanted to leave one in pristine condition. Because as you know, the watercolor, and I predominantly used the Paul Rubens watercolor. When you watercolor on the fountain or on the Tomoe River paper, it crinkles, which I like, but I wanted to leave one as is, so that is what I've done. So these basically will be for all my quotes. And then I have a little paper clip right here for the current month. It's one of those mini ones, and this time I used a black one. And I have one of those right here as well, holding this paper in place. So I hope you guys, because, if you have a lot of notebooks and journals like I do and planners, I hope that you, get some good ideas here of how you can utilize each little space. I think quotes are fun. So what I did here is I laid down a swatch using the cream colored markers I got off of AliExpress. And then I just used my regular handwriting and the fountain pen and wrote quotes there on every month. So this is all set up completely for the entire year. So there's that. And I like the different contrasts. And I love lavender is my above all favorite color. And I had a little leftover washi, so I didn't want to waste it, so I just stuck it there and I stamped right over it. And that's the only place I did that, and that's totally fine with me. And then I hand lettered the last 3 months. And then, of course, December. Because the sticker pack only comes with a set of 12, obviously, so. Alright, so that is how I did that. And then, what I have done is, I have set this up for the whole year, and I used a different color fountain pen to write the word, right? And then I have this labeled at the top and at the bottom, so with the swatch of the marker, and then I wrote word and definitions here, and then sentence. So I write the word, and so it stands out, I use a different color, and then whatever ink that I choose to use, whatever fountain pen I have filled up, or whatever pen I choose to use. Mostly this is fountain pen. Then I just use it. Just to keep it interesting. And then at the beginning of each chapter in this particular book, I just write the name of it. Like, highbrow and antiquated were not from this book. It was from a different book. And so I just wrote those in there. And then for each beginning of the chapter, I wrote the chapter name. This is, in particular, is called The Animal Kingdom. So each time there's a new chapter, I just happen to write that there. Okay, and then I did some stamping throughout for the entire year. And this one I was doing, I have that little book, it says Forgotten English. So it's my book that I'm using, and I just put it there. And then thoughts, if I have any thoughts about the words. And then I used a couple different stamps. This is a different stamp that I had from AliExpress. And then this one is from one of my favorite stamp makers. I like Ali Edwards, and I like Studio L2E. So I used the yay and the nay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. So this week's words got only a 3. So that is how I've been doing it. And I have this set up like this. Did all the stamping for the entirety of the year. And the week started on 11/29. The month started on December. And then the year on 2 pages started in January. So I've kept up with this. Now, if dependent on work, or your busyness level, or however your life is planned out, you could sit down and do this in the morning or in the evening after work, or if you don't work, whenever you feel like it. And I thoroughly enjoy this process. And I highly recommend it. I love words. I love books. I love writing. I always have. I write my own poetry, which I just keep for myself. That's just something as a small hobby I've done since I was like 16 or 17 years old. So I like words. And again, here are the some of the little sticky Post-it notes. This happens to be my favorite size of Post-it notes. I've been using this size for decades. These plain little ones. These are the two, I think it's 2 by 1. These shorter ones, I'll link them down below. And I just adore this size. I have all the other sizes, but this one is the one I always reach and grab for. So, anyway, that is my favorite. So, isn't that funny? We all have our quirks, I suppose. There's the other pen. And I love this pen, so... if I can find it on Amazon, I will link it below. I think I do believe I got this from Cloth and Paper, though. And I have, I think, 1 or 2 black ones, and definitely I have 2 white ones. So, the ink is just fabulous because it's so dark. And it's a dream to write with. If you're not writing with a fountain pen, love this one. And it's thick, so you could use that for headers, too, by the way. But in any event, back to the words. So here again is a new chapter. So basically, did I do that throughout? Yeah, okay. So it's down here is just the book where the word comes from, basically. And then if I have any thoughts, I'll write them. If I don't, I just leave it. And then I always rate what I thought of the words for the week. And I like this word, so I just happen to circle it. And I like this word. This was my word pick for the month. Because it's just hilarious to me that it was a form of punishment. And, you know, if you are a treadmill walker, you know sometimes it's a chore to do it. So I just think it's totally ironic. The humor is not left out on me. So... it's a form of punishment, but, you know, it's a form of exercise these days, right? And you can look at that as punishment if you want sometimes. So, anyway. Thought that was funny. Okay. And these little glasses here. And just enjoy it. And then here's another one that I thought was a cool word. It's just another one of those words that's, like, ironic. This one is called eye servant. An eye servant. Can you imagine? It's just... I mean, and these are old words, right? Used, I'll tell you, it says from the 1500s to the 1800s. So, that people thought like that back then, even, some people, and would have the audacity to, you know, have someone like that, just, you know, baffles me. But anyway, because I'm all for fair treatment of everybody, regardless of anything. So, that is it. So, this is where I am. Right here. So I like to have my words set out for at least for the week. If I have time, I would do through the whole month, right? Like I'll probably do that if I have any sort of time for February, and then it's done. But in terms of having it set up, it is done for the entire year. So, I'm very glad about that. And you should look the word up if you're interested, eye servant. But yeah. You just never know what you're going to find in this book, I'll tell you that. There's been some doozies. So, I'm happy that it's all the way done and set up for the whole year. So, I might even just, if I have really a chunk of time, you know, and you can do it in different sessions. Just set up everything for the entire year, like the words already written out. Or if you want to savor that moment and just do one per day. Or you can do them all in 1 week at once, in one sitting. You can do that. It just really depends on your lifestyle, what you have going on, right? Because time is so valuable. You never think that when you're a kid, but, you know, as you grow up, it sure does a 360. So, anyway, that is how it's set up for the whole year. Okay. And I really, like I said, I really like these because, number one, the price point. And they are sturdy and very thick. These little monthly markers. So, I like that. And then I just have another one of those Midori index clips here. And that's it, basically. A quick and short video, I hope. And that is my setup. And I use it all the time. And I think this might be one of my favorite ones. So, oh, and the other thing is, so what I like to do, much the same like my other planners, is I'll put it on wherever we are. So it's going to be February, right? So that way I can flip easily back and forth through my words, just to make it easy. And then I can do my quotes and my words, my definitions and my sentences. So I love that. Highly recommend the mini clips for that purpose. For any planner. I really like the size of them, so. Okay, guys, that is everything. Thank you ever so kindly for watching. I hope this inspires you to use your things and gives you other ideas on how to use them. And go check out my stationery love. Her channel is cool. She likes fountain pens too, so I tend towards that myself. Alright, guys. Bye!